What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Unworthy Motors. It is the morning that we're heading down to BMW Invasion. I've already gotten here to the shop at EuroMpire and we are all slowly arriving. We're going to be heading out here shortly and it's going to be an amazing day of cars. We've got the cars packed up and loaded. We are en route Orlando. We are coming for you. We have a solid, I would say, I think around 15 BMWs that we're rolling with right now. Majority of them are M cars. They're all extremely loud, and I'm just grateful that I'm not behind the E92 M3s that have straight piped exhaust, because I would just absolutely go deaf. So, Andy, you enjoy your car, but I will not be riding behind you on this trip. Ladies and gentlemen, we have safely arrived at the first stop of the day. Stop of many stops. We are all posted up here at the same gas station that we stopped at last year. But we're all gassing up, getting some snacks, and then we're gonna get on our way here soon. But we have such a beautiful, beautiful bunch with us this year. Perfect. Cops were actually extremely nice. They were super respectful. They pulled in and saw all the cars in the back, and they kind of just stopped by to say hey and check out and admire the cars and just see what we're up to, and they were just super friendly. And yeah, it just goes to show you, if you're not trying to start shit, then you know they're not going to give you a hard time. So the gas station we stopped at is actually the same one we stopped at last year. We stopped there because it's a good spot to get some food. Of course, it's a Shell, so we can all fill up. and then it's got plenty of space in the back to accommodate some of the 18-wheelers that have to go in there. Interesting, the manager inside actually came in when she saw, she came and approached me inside when she saw that the cop was outside with all of the BMWs, and she went, you know, he's not giving you a hard time, right? Because you guys have all been super respectful since you guys pulled in, and I don't have any issues with you guys being here. So just goes to show you that if you're respectful and you treat people right, you know, and you're not vandalizing or being obnoxious, you know, it goes a long way. So we are currently in between stop 1 and 2 and the 340 that's cruising with us. Their belly pan is scraping the ground, so we're actually on the side of the interstate right now. They're just trying to get that fixed and tweaked up so that we can go meet up with the rest of the group. But me and Gumby, we just hanging out here, chilling. All right, we've hit our unexpected second stop. So they fixed it on the side of the road just enough so that we could get over here, and then they're gonna permanently try to fix it now. It looks like the belly pan just came loose underneath, so it shouldn't be terrible to try to adjust it, but it is just unbelievable watching all of us cruising together. Just about everywhere that we park, we pretty much take up all the space. So it's definitely a sight to see with all of us coming down the road. It's unbelievable, so much fun. In Florida, we are on the home stretch now. Our next stop is going to be Buc-ee's. We're going to grab some food, gas up one last time before we make the final stretch. Man, does it feel good to be in Florida. This weather is unbelievable. Last and final stop here at Buc-ee's of all places. We all got some food, and we're just chilling here, stretching our legs after a little bit of Florida traffic. And we're gonna head to our final destination, which for some of us is hotels, and for the rest of us, we are heading to the group Airbnb. I think we have 18 people staying in our Airbnb, so it's gonna be a good time. Today is gonna be about relaxation and preparing our bodies and souls for this amazing car show on Saturday.
On a gang soul snatcher.
So a few people have asked me kind of like, what things do you bring necessarily on a road trip like this? And I've done a few of these, both up to the Keys Auto Show, and then also we did BMW Invasion last February as well. And for us in North Carolina and Charlotte, this is about a 7.5 hour drive, probably 9 hours with stops and traffic and stuff. But mostly you want to cover, of course, the basics. So as far as kind of like things that you need, so I actually bring a full like 100-piece Craftsman tool set that pretty much just covers the basics. It's got any socket that I'm going to need, Torx bit, anything like that. I also carry my torque wrench, 17mm sleeved socket for my wheels in case I have to take those off or retorque them. I also carry jack pads, magnets, definitely flashlights, zip ties, 3M tape for anything that may come off or come loose that I need to reattach. Just in case, just being prepared for anything, I bring several different types of tape. And there's a few other things that I'll bring as well, just to make sure that I'm prepared. Zip ties is definitely a positive. I actually brought some metal zip ties this year as well, which are a little bit more heavy duty. And then on top of that, I usually bring a knee pad just in case I have to get underneath the car, or for whatever reason we need to sit something on anything. And then I'll usually bring a ton of microfiber cloths, stuff like that, to make sure that if there's any types of leaks, I can make sure I can clean anything up. I also bring a little magnet stick in case, you know, when I'm working on the car in the dark or something gets dropped, I'm able to get it out and everything. So those are mostly the tools and such that I bring, just to make sure I'm covering all the basics in case something were to happen. Ultimately, you can never be like prepared for anything. I mean, sometimes you may run into a scenario where you do have to get towed, unfortunately, but like today, a guy's under tray came loose, and for the most part, we were able to just take a set of sockets that James had, take the under tray off, take all the 8 mils out, and then we were able to remove that tray since it was pretty much dragging on the ground. So basically just covering the basics is going to cover a lot of general things. You, of course, I always suggest before doing like a big trip like this, you always want to make sure that you're doing a good once over on the car. So I usually do a good oil change most of the time. I have all the fluids checked. I make sure I'm not leaking anywhere, tire pressure, make sure everything is torqued down to spec as far as your lug bolts and everything go. Really just, just covering the general things, things you don't want to run into, when you're doing a, 7.5 hour drive one way. In regards to everything else that I typically pack, so I actually have a detail bag where I really just cover the basics. So I have a wash mitt, I have drying cloths, I have microfibers, I have a detail spray for any last minute cleaning that I have to do. I do actually bring a shampoo as well, so if I stop at a car wash, I can use that soap instead of the one that's actually at the car wash. On top of that, I can wash it, for in our example, actually at the house that we're staying. I also bring stuff to clean the wheels, so brushes. I'm also bringing like a very shallow, it's kind of like a 5-gallon bucket that's just a little bit shallow, so it fits in the car a lot better, with a dirt trap in the bottom of it. And I usually can fill all that in the trunk, no problem. For drying, I usually bring like a big drying towel. Most of the time I'm using the GT Twist, which is a really great option for a drying towel. Other than that, I actually do bring my my Ego leaf blower, which is a 650 CFM leaf blower, battery powered. I can put in one of the big hefty batteries and I could drive 4 or 5 cars with it with no problem, especially being ceramic coated. It's a huge time saver, and just it takes the time off of running everything over with a cloth, and it's just a little bit quicker. So those are kind of the things that I pack in the car. I'm interested to hear if you guys pack anything different, especially from the preparation stuff. Like, is there any other tools that you guys are throwing in your car to make sure that you've got everything covered? Because I'm always looking to improve that list. Oh, I also brought a impact gun as well. Just never know if you might need it. So, but that's kind of the list of just about everything that I usually bring. So if you have anything else outside of that, drop it down in the comments. I'm curious what you guys think. But so far, this has been an extremely long day. I left the house around 6:30 this morning, and it is currently 6 o'clock. We're not supposed to actually arrive at our Airbnb until about 7:50. So we've still got a little bit of a haul to go. I'm going to just kind of sit back and just try to enjoy the rest of the cruise here while the sun is still out and the weather's super awesome down here in Florida. So as always, you guys know I appreciate you guys watching the video. This has been the circummed end to the drive down to Orlando. I'll probably throw in a couple clips of the Airbnb as well, because the house just never disappoints, the ones that we usually rent. And then I'll have, of course, a full recap of the BMW Invasion show coming up this Saturday that we're all preparing for. So if you guys aren't already subscribed, make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Be sure to like this video. And like I mentioned, I always appreciate you guys watching. Love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video.